Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It is Friday, February 6th, and it's almost 10 o'clock. And I just want to say good luck to my grandson Milo and my granddaughter Selkie. They are in the plane right now on their way to New Zealand for their spring semester. Milo is going to the University of Auckland, and Selkie is going to Otago University. It's wicked, wicked exciting. And it's even more exciting because I have relatives there. Anyway, okay, it's 10 o'clock. It's Friday. It's time to start. Okay, good morning, everybody. If you are with me, do pop on and say hello. Okay, let's get started. Let me bring this over and I'll show you what we're going to do today. Now, per request by Kitty, my friend Kitty in Florida, she wanted me to put on dimensions. Hey, Jan, good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh, so I'm going to say this now, even though I don't have a lot of people who popped on just yet, but Jan and I hooked up on Facebook. We did FaceTime. It's, I complain about technology, but it was so wicked exciting to be able to see my friend Jan, talk to her in real life time. We had a great conversation, and she's doing amazing things in Canada, and it was just a lot of fun. So more of that to continue. All right, so let's get started. So this is the card that I posted in. Oh, first of all, I have to also say, hey, Beth. Good morning, Beth. Good morning. I have to tell you that I'm coming down with a cold. I'm a little under the weather, which is such a silly expression, I think. I have to look that one up. I don't know how that originated. Anyway, so I'm coughing and sneezing and blowing my nose, so just bear with me. I got my tea. Anyway, let's get started. So this is one of the cards that I showed you on my newsletter. It's called a Dutch fold card. Actually, there are many versions to this. This one is the horizontal fold, where you open it like this. This is a Dutch door. That's like in the kitchens. And I don't know what's called Dutch, but yeah, it was great. Yes, it was, Jan. It was great. And maybe we'll get to have Beth on it sometime too. That would be wicked exciting. Anyway, you can do it the horizontal, you can do it vertical, you can do it 4 panels. But anyway, the whole idea is that you bisect the card, or trisect it, or quadrisect it. Is that even a word? And you make these panels like this. So there is that one. And of course, it has the envelope that has to be matched. And then here's the other one that I put on. And this one was using Extraordinary Flora washi tape, which I absolutely love. It's so, so beautiful. So look at how pretty that one is. And this is actually using the new Lovely Stripes embossing folder. And I'm going to show you how to use that. But there is that one. And then, because I said we're going to do some St. Patrick's Day, here is our first St. Patrick's Day card. And I'm actually going to show you how to assemble this. So let's get started first. I think we'll do the St. Patrick's Day card first. So let me bring in all the stuff that we need for that. I've done a lot of the prep work for this. Let me put this over here. And let me get my little bone folder. And here is the Granny Apple Green cardstock that we used, the regular size, and of course it has to be folded, and it has to be scored, and it has to be crisply folded. I already put my name on the back of it. And then the next thing I did was I took a piece of basic white, and I took a piece of this designer paper. This is an old designer series pack. I can't even remember the name of it. Cottage something maybe, I don't know. Anyway, but this piece is 3 by 4, and the underlying piece is 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to adhere the DSP to it. I love this paper. I think there were 40 sheets in this package. It's just beautiful. Very bright, fun colors and stripes and patterns. So I chose to use this like that. So that goes on there. Then this goes on the base of the card, like such. And I'm going to try to get this in here. Equidistant, north, south, east, and west. There we go. It looks good to me. Looks pretty good right there. So we're going to plop that down. Okay, then the next thing I did was I took a piece of the white and also the Granny Apple Green. And I cut it out with the stylish shapes. I love this. It's got that little stitching line all the way across. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on here, and you can see that I've already embossed. And if you noticed in my newsletter, I said I ran out, can you even believe it? I ran out of gold embossing powder. Crazy, crazy. But I did. So we used copper. But I'll have gold next week. If anybody coming to my house wants to use gold, well, we'll have gold embossing powder. So then what I did was I used the new stamp set called Good Luck. And it is, where is my Good Luck? Here it is. Look how cute this is. Really cute. Hey, Caroline. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you doing, sweetie? And I hope your mom's doing great. Caroline's mom had a little fracture of her hip, which is not a big, why did I say little? It's a huge deal. But anyway, she's bouncing back. Her mother, they're Irish, and she's got a lot of spunk. So continued health and recovery to your mom, Caroline. Anyway, here's the Good Luck stamp set. So stinking cute. So I took the cauldron and I stamped it in a memento. And what I'm going to do right now is just going to add it to the to my little circle here. Now, on my sample, what I did was, and what I'm going to do, oh, wait, before I do that, I have to take this gold, isn't this cute? This is so appropriate, this gold ribbon, and what I want to do is I want to make a separation with this gold ribbon on the cauldron to give it a little bit of pizzazz. So I'm going to make sure that I've got enough adhesive on this, because I'm going to take this little piece of ribbon and wrap it all the way around like this. Is Rob watching us this morning, Caroline? It's so exciting when I get, somebody who is a spouse, a partner, and especially when it's a man, because I hardly ever have men watch it. I don't know why. We're a fun group. I don't know why they wouldn't want to watch it. Anyway, there we go. So I'm going to put this right here so it looks like those gold coins are just popping out of that cauldron, just like that. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Granny Apple Green marker, and I am going to color this shamrock in very easily, like this. And as I was saying, with my sample, I did put Wink of Stella on, which I'm going to do. And then what I did was I thought, oh, let's sprinkle some glitter on top of it. But you know what? I have to say, I didn't like it. I'll show you. Let me bring in the sample. Okay, so there's that done. How stinking cute is that? But let me show you the sample. And I don't think it did it any justice. I don't think it really added any, I don't know if you can see that on the camera. Let me see if I can bring my, there, I don't know. It just didn't do anything for it. So I'm just going to take my Wink of Stella, and I'm just going to wink the cauldron, because I think that absolutely does bring a little bit of extra pizzazz to it. But I'm not going to put any glitter on it. And that is shocking for me, I know, but I have Winky, so the Winky's working just fine. And actually, I do like the way this kind of looks. This Winky is, good thing I've got another order coming. I do have another order coming, yeah, today, I think. I've got about 20 more Winkies coming. I go through them so well. Of course I do. You know I do. All right, so there's that. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take these extra gold coins that we have, and I'm going to put some, and they're popping right out of the cauldron because the cauldron is so hot and filled with stuff. So I'm going to take my mini dimensionals, and I'm just going to put 4 of these on, and I'm going to pop this on and put it on the side to make it look like it's just popping out of this cauldron. Mom's better every day. And hey, Rob, welcome aboard. That's so exciting. Okay, here we go. I'm going to put these right here, just like that. Look at how cute that looks. Isn't that stinking cute? Now, the next thing I did was I took the Good Luck message and I embossed it with the gold embossing powder. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take This is a stamp from the Lucky Me. Lucky Me is an old retired set, but I absolutely love it. And in it has all of these cute little shamrocks. So I'm going to take the Granny Apple Green, and I'm going to take this, and I'm just going to stamp right on top of that. Look at that. How easy was that? There we go. And then let me just make sure that, where's the inside of my card? What did I do with it? I know I have the inside of the card somewhere. Well, this is silly. Well, let me look. All right, let's put this, let me close this up because you know how I am, how messy I can get. All right, but let's put this on, and I'm going to use dimensionals with this. And I'm going to put like 3 on here. I don't know what I did with the inside of the card. I know I have it somewhere, and everybody who knows what my desk looks like can certainly understand and appreciate. Oh, here it is right here. All right, so I'm going to bring my card base in. I'm going to put this right here, cattywampus a little bit, like that. Then I'm going to add some dimensionals to this, and I'll probably do, I don't know, yeah, you know, 3, 4, 5, who knows how many, and just put them on. There we go, that looks good to me. Pop these off. There we go. I feel like a sneeze is coming on. I'm getting a little cold. I feel kind of under the weather, which is such a silly thing to say. Anyway, we're going to put this right on here. We're going to put it at the base of, there we go, just like that. How stinking cute is that? And then for the inside, I already went ahead and stamped Happy St. Patrick's Day, and I added the little shamrocks on the bottom. So let's get this into the inside of the card, and then I'll show you. There we go. How cute is this? This is the first. We're going to do another one next week. Actually, I think next week I'm going to use a gnome, because you know how I love gnomes. And I saw a really cute gnome holding a balloon, a shamrock that looked like a balloon. So I think we're going to do that one next week too. All right, so there's my inside. Now, if you're going to give this as a gift and you want to give a gift card, we could put a little gift pocket here too. So that would be cute. And then the envelope, here's my envelope. And here is what I was going to do, is stamp it with a shamrock. So I'll bring these back in. And then this one, my friend, is done. Talk about easy and fast. There we go. And one more. There, cute. Top of the morning to you, friends. Top of the morning to you. All right, so there is that. Let's move this out of the way. And here we go. So there is our first of our St. Patrick's Day celebration cards. Ta-da. Okay, now, next, we are going to make the Dutch door card, fold card. So this is just one of them that I showed you earlier, and as I said, I used the ornate floral and I used the new lovely stripes embossing folder, and I'm going to show you something, a little trick about this. But what we're going to do is I'm going to use a complete different set of paper here. This is Daisy Delight, or I forget what it is, something Delight. Anyway, and Lemon Lolly. I love Lemon Lolly. Look at how pretty that color is. Isn't that gorgeous? And that ornate floral embossing folder is so, it's delicate, but it's very, very impressive. I like it a lot. So anyway, here is our card. Here is the base. So I'm going to show you how to do this. Now, Kitty, I don't know, Kitty, if you're on, say hello. But Kitty, my friend from Florida, wanted me to give the dimensions, which I did in my newsletter. So if anybody wanted to stamp along with us at this time, we could do that. So let me move this out of the way. I need to bring in my cutter. Let me get that. And I need the piece of paper. All right, so the base is 4.5 by 11 inches. This is typically what we call the hot dog fold. So this was an 8.5 by 11, and we bisected it to the 4.5 mark and to the 11-inch mark. All right, so here we go. 4.25 by 11. All right, so now that you've done that, what you need to do is you need to turn it on your scorer and score it at the 5.5-inch mark right there. Okay, you got that? Now, the next thing is you bring in your cutter and you're going to turn it this way and you're going to line it up at the 2-inch mark. Let me bring this down a little bit so you can see. All right here to the 2-inch mark. There's my 2-inch mark and I'm lining it perfectly. And then you're going to fold, make sure your blade is at the top, and you know on your cutter you have a line, an indented line on both sides. And so that is the guide that you're going to be using. But bring that blade all the way up to the top, bring your guide right down, and what we need to do is we need to bring it to the 5.5-inch mark, which is the score line. I'm going to bring this back up here so you can see it. All right, here is the score line right here. You can see it very carefully. So now we're going to bring this the blade down and cut it to that 5.5-inch mark. And you might just want to be a little bit slow when you get to the end, because you want to make sure that this line on your cutter lines up with the 5.5-inch mark, which lines up with the score. All right, so that's done. So then lift up the guide, turn it around, and bring your paper up to the top of your cutter and make sure that your score line is in the center of the trough, the cutting trough right here. See that little line? Okay, and there is the 5-inch. Now what we're going to do is we're going to bring this down to the 2-inch mark. See, the paper is already cut. So we're going to bring this cutter down to the 2-inch mark, just like that. And then we're going to pull this piece out and we're going to save this piece, okay? So I'm going to put that over here. So we're going to get rid of the cutter now that it did its job. And here is our piece of cardstock. Ready? And there is the score line. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring that in and we're going to fold it. Now, I'm going to show you. Because we cut it the way we did, there may be a little bit of a ridge of the paper here. So what I just do with my finger is I just kind of make it go to the back of the paper, just so you can't really see that ridge. If you're a little bit concerned about it, you can take your snips if you wanted, and you could go in and just remove it like this, like I'm doing right here. Like that, you can do that, or your fingernail, whichever pleases you, whichever way you want to do it. Okay, so now we get to the fun part. So as I showed you with this card, I used the ornate floral design for the top piece. Oh, by the way, you do need another piece of cardstock. You need a piece 1 1/4 by 4 1/4, and then you need a colored piece that is 1 3/8 by 4 3/8 if you want to line it. You don't have to. I'm going to show you a card that I've done with that in a minute. But hold on. Let me just show you what you need here. So this one is using the Lovely Stripes embossing folder. This is a brand new embossing folder. Now I will tell you that copy, very good, Beth. This embossing folder is extremely detailed, and it has valleys and hills and mountains, and it is a very, very impressive, ornate, feeling under the weather originated 18th and 19th centuries from maritime nautical terminology. When sailors fell ill or experienced seasickness due to rough seas, they were sent below deck. Thank you, Beth. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now I know. I have to have a little sip of my tea here. As I felt a cough. Thank you, Beth. Okay, getting back to this. So when I have a folder that has this much detail, it is possible that my Stampin' Cut machine will cut my DSP or my cardstock. And that just depends on your own Stampin' Cut machine. As you know, you probably know the mechanism inside that are rollers, and it opposes, when you crank the handle, those rollers come together and force pressure on your embossing folder and subsequently onto the paper that you're trying to emboss. But with this one, I found that if I just put my cardstock in, it ripped it. So the trick to that is two things. You can actually take your cardstock and spritz it with water and run it through, and then you're less likely to get any tear. But another way is to take a piece of copy paper and cut 2 pieces of copy paper, one that's going to go on top and one that's going to go behind your cardstock. And then what you're going to do is put it into your folder, and I want to have these lines be vertical. So I'm going to put it in like this. Let me just get this just exactly where I want it. All right, now I'm going to go run this. Wait a minute, there we go. I'm going to go run this through my embossing machine, and I'll be right back. Have a drink of water, have a drink of tea, have some coffee or wine, whatever it is. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Hold on. I'm almost done. Okay, I'm coming back. All right. Now let's see if this worked. It better have worked. Let me move this out of the way. All right, so now I'm going to open this up. And if you can see, this is the copy paper. And when I take that off, oh, it came off in one piece, son of a gun. Isn't that interesting? Normally, it rips. See how easy it rips apart? It's because this is such an in-depth embossing folder. But here is my piece. Now let's get this one off. There we go. Here is the other piece of copy paper, but here is my piece of basic white cardstock. So there it is. Now I'm sure if I pulled hard enough, it would pop apart. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe not. But I'm not going to try it because I need this. All right. So now let's bring in my paper. Here is my base, and then this time I'm going to use this Lemon Lolly and this Delightful Daisies, whatever it is, cardstock. And we're going to do something a little different here. We're going to make this a little different. All right. Now, I decided at first I decided to take this piece of Lemon Lolly and put it on the bottom and then put this Lemon Lolly on the top. But now I'm wondering, maybe I should do it like this, because then this panel is going to go on like that, and there's going to be a little message. So you know what? I think I'm going to do it like this. Whoops, let me bring it up so you can see it. All right, so now another trick. When you have an embossing folder like this, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you get good adhesive on it so that obviously it stays nice and secure. What I would not do is I would not run my adhesive, my Stampin' Seal or my snail like this, because it possibly will rip the paper. You want to go in the direction of the grain like this. And in this situation, I'm going to put a lot of adhesive on it because there are a lot of crannies and nooks and dales and valleys and mountains on this embossing folder. Oh, it's so funny. There we go. So there we go. Perfect. Now I'm going to bring this in and put this on my panel, my lower panel, the Dutch door bottom, like such. There we go. Pull that over. I'm very happy with that. And now I'm just going to very carefully make sure that adhesive grabs on. I just noticed too, there's a little tiny bit of this paper here that I don't like. It's popping out, so I'm just going to trim that. There I am. I'm a happy camper now. Okay, so I've got that on. Now I'm going to take this larger piece. Actually, let me see if I could use this one. If this this would be okay. Yes, it will. So let's get some adhesive on this. Now again, this has a lot of nooks and crannies too. So I'm going to be really careful, because sometimes if I press too hard, and I'm sure this has happened to you too, if you press too hard, you start to pull some of your cardstock onto your adhesive roller, and you don't want to do that. So you just have to kind of be easy. There we go. Okay. So now I'm going to bring this in, and I'm going to put this on the top like this. Just like that, east, west, and north, south. North, south's a little bit harder to do. But anyway, oh, I like that. Now, I'm going to take my designer paper. Isn't this pattern pretty? Look at how pretty. That's Lemon Lolly, Daffodil Delight, and Old Olive. Oh, such a pretty set. I love our designer papers. It's amazing. I would love to watch these artists create these things. I'm sure it's fun. I would assume it's fun. How could it not be fun? All right, so now I'm going to put this on like this, and this is going to get on nicely like that. Okay, then I'm going to put this aside for a minute. I'm going to bring a strip of this paper, and this is going to be for the inside, and I'm just going to put it like, actually I could have cut it to length, which I should have probably done, but I didn't. So I'm just going to put this on like this, because you know I like to have everything decorated nicely. So as there is that, I shall snip this off just like this. Okay, so that's the inside. I think that looks pretty. Now, in order to put this on, you have to decide where you want to put it. You can put it to the left, you could put it to the right, you could put it midway, whatever. I am going to put it midway. But what I'm going to do is I am going to put dimensionals. Watch what I do here. I'm going to put dimensionals on the bottom. You didn't see that. It popped right on my boob. Oh, did I say that? I didn't mean to say that. It popped on my sweater. Okay, there we go. I'm going to put 3 dimensionals on the bottom like this because I am going to probably center it. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just fold this down like this, and I'm going to kind of count my ridges here. So I've got 1, 2, 3 here, and I've got 1, 2, 3 here. So for government work, this looks pretty good to me. So I think that actually, I think what we can do, yep, we can just put 3 more on, and I'm going to put them in between like this. Or 2 is fine. Perfect. All right, I'm going to take these off, pop these off. You could actually put your dimensionals on here, which would make it a little bit less tricky, which is probably what I should have done. Yep, you're right. I should have put my dimensionals on here, but that's okay. I'm good at this. So I'm going to bring this in like this. And I'm going to put this on just like this. And I'm going to make sure, yep, look at that. I'm pretty good. All right, so there we go. And I'm going to press that down like that. Now, the next thing is I'm going to take a message, and I used one of the messages from this stamp set. This is called Banner Sayings. I love this. Really, really cute fonts. Really cute. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 14 of them, 14 different messages. And the one I chose was Thanks a Million. And with that, if you choose to get the bundle, there is a punch that goes with this. And I like it because it's a banner punch. It's got 3 different banners, and you can punch out exactly what you want, how many you want, whenever. So I'm going to take this middle one that has the banner, the angles on both sides, and I'm going to put it in like this and pop that out. Now, if I wanted, I could have put a piece of paper in that was enough so that I could cut out 3 banners and just keep those banners separately till I needed to use them again, which is a great thing to do. All right, so then I'm going to put this on. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on with some adhesive like this. And I'm going to put this right in the middle. Yeah, let's see. Like this. Oops, a little bit down further. Whoa! Wait a minute, hold on. I want to make sure that looks perfect. You know what? I think I'm going to put it on with the dimensional. Come to think of it. Yeah, I'm going to use dimensionals. Whoops. And I'm going to go over these measurements, Kitty, just so you know. Of course, the important measurement was the cutting of the door, the Dutch door. There, I think this is going to be better. Oh, yeah, okay, there we go. And I'm going to make sure that this center point is aligned with that piece right there. There we go. Oops. Perfect. Okay. And then, of course, it has to have a little bit of blink. So I love, these are the adhesive back Solid Gems. These are probably retired. They are retired. But I think that yellow, that lemon lolly is so pretty that I'm going to just bring some of these in. And let's see, let's do this one like that. And then do this one on this side like this. How pretty is that? And then, just because I can, I'm going to put some of the small ones on here. I think I'm going to put one down here. And then I'm going to come and put another one. Let's see, I love my pick-me-up tool. Take your pick tool. because it's so easy. It's so good when you have fun tools. Look at that. What do you think? Isn't that pretty? Isn't that a pretty card? There you go. There is your Dutch door. This is your vertical, your horizontal Dutch door with that really, really pretty embossing folder, which is new. I love it. I love it. I love it. And then, of course, I used the ornate floral. Now, I could have done it with this. I could have put that on, and that would have been absolutely lovely, too. But I think that's really pretty. Thanks a million. So there is that. Now, let me show you another one that I did this morning because, you know, sometimes I really get really intense about using one pattern for a while. Like I'm like a lunatic with this Dutch door now because I've seen so many cute things. If you go to Pinterest, you'll see gazillion ones. So let me bring the other two back so you can see these. Again, here's the happy birthday. I love that. To a fabulous friend. And again, this was using the Extraordinary Floral Washi Tape. Very, very easy to make. So there's that one. Then this one is Sending Love. And there is, and of course, I used the, that new stamp set, which is this, nope, what is it? It's the word set. It's the product of the month for February, that stamp set, which I absolutely love. So there is that. And then this is this one. And then, look what I did. My sister, I think, needed a birthday card. Look at how stinking cute this is. This is Zany Zoo Celebration. Remember all these cute little animals? So I took lemon lime twist cardstock because it matches the balloons. And I put 3 of the little critters up there. And then I double bannered this saying from the Zany Zoo set. It says something great to celebrate you. And then here is your message on the inside. I think I will put a piece of designer paper down here. I didn't have time to do that. But then I went crazy with the sequins because why shouldn't I? I mean, it's a celebration. Look at how cute that is. Isn't that adorable? So there you have it, my friends. So these are the cards that we're going to be working on next week. Oh, you know what? I forgot. Here's my envelope flap for the card that we just made. So let's put that on. There we go. Oh, I feel like a sneeze is coming on. Don't you hate that when you get a sneeze, you think it's going to happen, then it doesn't? Ugh. Ugh. This paper is so pretty. Again, can you imagine I being a true artist who has the ability to take whatever medium you want and create a design and make it glorious. And we reap the benefits. I love it. I just love what our company provides for us. Okay, there you go. How cute is that? And here it is. All right, my friends, that is it for today. We will, wait a minute. We will make these Dutch door cards. We'll make the St. Patrick's Day cards next week. And next week, I will have another St. Patrick's Day card. As I said earlier, it's probably going to be a gnome. How cute are they? And I love them. So I think I'll do a gnome St. Patty's Day card. So again, my older grandson and my older granddaughter, even as we speak, are on their way to the most exciting, fantastic semester of their lives. They're spending it in New Zealand. My grandson is going to the University of Auckland, and my granddaughter is going to Otago University on the South Island. They're going to be there till June. So it's wicked exciting. I wish them well. Send them good karma, please. Good flights. Everybody stay safe. But thank you very much for joining me today. I feel very privileged that you spend time with me. Thanks, Jan. I'm feeling better. It's no big deal. It's fine. But yes, I will see you all.